Anne versus GOTG, with the captain of Anne being Willarus and the captain of GOTG being Su Jung-yi, not Su Jungle, as I just recently learnt.
It's understandable that it's going to be a little bit odd because you've got down here, it looks like jungle, but then if you look very closely, it's an I instead of an L.
I made mistakes.
It is a little bit. Now, for those of you just watching from home, it does look like we have the same teams from the last series. It's just a tournament glitch. When we get into game, everything should be sorted and the new team names should actually appear when we get into game, but...
Keyword there, should.
Yeah, should. That's a keyword there.
Okay.
Looking at the band phase, I like what we're seeing at the moment. We've got Kaiser, Alistair, Irelia. This is looking really interesting at the moment.
Well, I'm glad with the Alistair ban. He's the unstoppable man, just being able to go into any team fight and not get taken down.
That is true. As soon as he hits that ult, as soon as he hits his ult form, just 50% of overall damage is already... And, yeah, going up against anybody, even true damage, like, that is really strong.
And there we also see the Varus coming out, 2 ADC bans coming up so far. Varus, as I think we talked about the other day, his new improved W, which people should know about, is a ton of damage, especially with the stacks from his Blight, I believe. His Q passive, I believe it is Blight.
Q passive?
Yeah.
No, W.
W.
W is the passive with the new active on it, right? It increases Q damage. When shot at a longer distance. I think it's just the passive portion of, like, I think it's just it increases the blight burst on, on W. So it's like you use Q, you hit somebody that's got like 3 stacks on, that's got 3 stacks on them, and that blight burst is just increased. That's essentially all it really is. It's not much of an improvement, but it is noticeable when it does become noticeable a little bit later on.
Yeah.
And like always, we get ourselves open with the betting system. For those who've just started joining, for those who've just joined us, there is a betting system that I believe we've got going at the moment. At the end of each game, we will pick a winner will be chosen at random using the Streamlad's chat box system.
Okay. A winner will be chosen who will get points, and whoever has the most points at the end will get the prize.
Yeah, so you can bet anywhere between 1 and 75, isn't it?
Yes, I believe so, yes.
Yeah, so if you bet 75 and you win the game, then, and your team wins the game, then essentially those are a good amount of points.
And the payout has gone up to 75%.
75%, is it?
75% payout. If you bet on A&A and they win, then you get the payout, so multiple people can win.
Okay then, well that makes a lot of sense for those. If you did hear the person in the background, it has a 75% payout. So if you bet 100, you get 75 points back, I think it is, or something like that. We'll sort it out a little bit later. Like I'd say just bet the maximum you can really, and I believe a multi-bet is 100. So okay. I'd say bet exclamation mark bet 0 100, and pretty much that's all you really need to know at this point. When you win, then you can figure out the rest. But the winners of today, it will be shown in the in-game screen that we have right point cards to give away, or right points to give away, and they're a pretty good amount just for tuning in. So, get yourself sucked up, get those bets in, and let's freaking have a good time and try and win those cards, eh?
Yeah, it'll be great.
And coming back into this, what have we got here? This is looking pretty good.
Well, we've seen some interesting picks. We see what I believe, just for those who don't know, the red side is GOTG and the blue side is Anne, just for those, just to clarify. And we're seeing from the red side an Urgot top, a Braum support, and a Xayah ADC, which is definitely a strong combo. A bit unfortunate that we couldn't see the Lovers duo again, considering that he was available, but then, just so people don't know, if Braum was to go to the other side, Hunt is correct.
Yeah, no, it's not Braum, it's Leona.
No, I'm pretty sure it's Braum as well. But
is it Braum, is it?
Yeah, it's both.
He's become quite the support, back in the old days, back in, say, last year, he was quite the teamer main, and now he's turned from a teamer to a confident support that he's actually gone from Platinum to Challenger just doing that.
Just thinking about that teamer,
all I know is cancer, and we had a cure. But it looks like we've got some more interesting bands, coming off the bat here. We've got a Lissandra, which is really interesting to see. I mean, LDK Skills is not playing in this round. They still banned out Lasandra. I'm curious what the method of. I'm curious about the method behind their madness
Just
at
the
the moment.
fear, I reckon, and the same with Cassidy. He's a very strong mid laner in his own right, so I feel like they're just a bit scared of the mid laners to come.
I feel just the same. I feel just as the same, really. Like, so far, they've picked. I can only assume that Anne, on the left-hand side, has decided to go with mid lane and the support. And the bot lane combo.
Yes.
And then you've got the top lane and the bot combo happening right there. So I'm really curious.
Oh, well, I'm curious to know where Akali's going to go. 'Cause Akali can go top. Like, I know it would be presumed mid.
That
but
is true, and we have cancer. We have a Graves on the screen. I'm not liking
yeah,
this.
you were telling me about it before, the Graves, the Storm Razor combo, weren't you?
Yeah, Storm Razor has got a bit of a glitch at the moment. That Graves crits nearly every single bullet he shoots, which is a little bit interesting considering Storm Razor's passive.
It's a 1 second or 1.5, isn't
It's
it?
supposed to be a 1.5 second cooldown, but I'm pretty sure every time he fires a bullet, or in his 2 bullet chambers, he doesn't have 1.5 seconds between each bullet.
Well, here we come, just looking at the pick phase, but when we see the undead man himself, Sion.
Oh, this is going to be quite the This is going to be quite the battle. I can assure you that. We've got a lot. Hello. This is going to be a fun game.
The fox and the sheep. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, we've got lamb and wolf. So I'm really curious to see how this is going to work.
Here we go, the faker coming out.
I'm always happy to see a faker wannabe coming about. I mean, historically, Rise has been really good, regardless of how many changes he's had. He's always been effective.
First talks about making a faker into an actual Rise skin from the video.
I see you read the Reddit article as well.
Yes, I did.
That was an interesting article, and it makes a lot of sense. I
Couldn't
mean,
keep my eyes away from it as soon as I saw that.
the latest video, Rise promoting the World Series, just seeing Faker towards the end with the book, the big boots, and like the eyes and everything.
Sort of a bit of
it's-
Super Saiyan with like
Yeah, the Super Saiyan 1 or whatever, just, the gust of wind just making him look epic as anything. And it's just like, that would be an epic skin.
Yeah,
But
it
at the
would.
same time, I just don't know how to feel. I feel like it would be a Draven skin.
yeah.
You just got Rise with a bobble head or a head instead.
Yeah, well, it looks like picks are finally underway. Looks like we'll be getting the game underway shortly while we're loading it. Looking at team comps so far, I really like the Akali, Sion, and Lamb and Fox, or Kindred. Lamb and Fox sounds nicer.
I like Kindred a lot better because that's its champion's
Yeah,
actual
obviously.
name, and it just rolls off the tongue a lot more easily.
Yeah, now just, I like the looks of the Anne team. What about you? Who are you sort of leaning more towards?
It's a little bit hard to tell because I don't know which side was what at the moment. I'm pretty sure it's Anne on the left and
Yes.
GOTG on the right.
You are correct. There we go. Wait, what?
Oh, we have to do a quick scene change at the moment. We have to go from this phase to this phase. Transition. We need to do a phase changer.
Dun, dun, dun.
But coming
we
into the screen, it looks like we've got the interesting combination. Yeah, I was right. It did actually fix itself up. I am liking the Xayah picks at the moment. Just Xayah with Samsung Galaxy.
Yeah.
That is a nice skin at the moment.
It is the
O
skin.
and U, I'm pretty sure. We're going to a quick pause. It might be a small delay.
Okay,
No, we're back into the game. At the moment,
Press the buttons.
we apologize for this slight difficulty, but
Has disconnected.
I guess using tournament-based computers where it's off the network or off the grid and such that it can be a little bit problematic from time to time. It's alright. It always happens.
Where was the O?
That's the U.
Oh, it was I.
My bad. I can't remember the hotkeys quite effectively well. I only know the hotkey X.
Well, for those who don't know, we are playing with one of the best keyboards, OC. No, we can't see what the buttons are. We have to sort of memorize what a keyboard is and just sort of guess it.
I don't even know that that's a keyboard anymore. If there's no clear description of the numbers or the letters on the keyboard, that's not a keyboard.
I can count the numbers, but I just can't.
If you can't count, then I would be worried about you right now.
So,
But
Crazy.
let's go. Let's get into this before let's not get off track and get back into this. We come into game number 1 between both teams.
Well, it's interesting so far. Just in the previous game, we haven't really seen any aggression in the jungle yet. We just seen them just making sort of a wall and just sort of ward it, using themselves as human wards. Or
Yeah,
champion
and
wards.
I guess it's understandable that you want to be passive because there is a good there's a very attractable prize up for grabs today. You know, we've
Yes.
got a lot of money. Either a lot of riot points, or a bit of money
I
involved.
believe it is money. I believe it is. The prize is 1,000 more, up to 750 going to first, and 250 going to second.
That's understandable. Remember, that's also split between 5 people on the team. I'm
Yes,
pretty
that's
sure it's 5
still
people.
a good amount.
Yeah, it's always a attractive feature.
Well, it's interesting to see, sort of. Okay, sorry, just
Don't worry about the features for now. Let's just work on the game.
we see sort of Zaya trying to sort of no ward there, but sort of has a feeling that someone's there.
That is true, and I like how even though they're being passive, they're still doing the human warding routine. You know, they don't want to waste their wards. They'd rather just use themselves as live bait. I mean, it would make a little bit more sense because the trade-off on cooldown, of a ward compared to a flash is quite huge, and I guess on the lane phase,
Well, it's only level 1. It's only level 1 at the moment. No one really has anything to jump onto someone, so you can sort of waste a flash with the hope to get it later. By then,
that is absolutely true. And just seeing how the start off is at the moment, we have a bit of a mirror. We sort of have a bit of a shadowing going on, a mirror trade, except Kindred is continuing to stay down the bottom half of the map.
yes, that is quite interesting. I feel like this is where it gets the key thing for Kindred is to get the stack. So obviously, I guess you sort of try not to move too far out, because you don't want to be at the bottom side of the map to find out it's all the way at the top.
That is actually correct. And as well, even though she is only clearing the bottom half of the jungle, it could also mean the difference between ganking the lane, getting some kills. And it looks like we just missed out on seeing first blood. Zaya goes down to Nami.
Thank God for replays.
Oh, the support kill stealer. Yeah, just looking at that slight replay on the big screen behind us.
Very well played
It
there.
very was, but it's a support kill. The support took the kill, so she's going to be able to get ahead with a support item, trying to get that Spellsiege edge up to a frostback.
Yeah.
And finish it off, ASAP to get to unlock warding from her. But as well as Hunt. Hunt always claims he always gets a kill steal from Utopia, and good for Utopia. He does really well. He's a real efficient player.
Hunt and Utopia of ADC a lot, haven't they? Because I believe you're familiar with Utopia as an ADC.
Yes, I've played with him in the past. He's one of our Uni SA boys, and he's a real energetic person when it comes to League of Legends. He knows how to play. He knows when to go in, when not to go in, and from my understanding of how he's played, he never goes in alone. He always makes sure he has someone with him. So whether it's a 2v1 or a 2v2, he always makes sure he has at least one person with him, because he knows going in 2v1 is pretty much going to kill yourself. And I'm pretty sure that's not what you want to do in League of Legends right now.
Smart ADC there. Well, sorry. I'm a bit worried that Graves just might be able to just walk into lane. We see, I believe, no, they have no ward in the bush, and right now they have pushed up pretty far.
They
in
have
Utopia.
indeed. They've done well to push up and keep an advantage so far. Lucian's at a 10 CS advantage as well as an assist now. Whereas, their counterparts are falling behind a little bit. I mean, they do share the gold just as much, but, considering Hunt has that first kill under his belt, and that's 400 gold being on first blood, it could really mean the difference between items.
Interesting, the aggression going in as soon as that Q lands, no matter where it is, they're just in. Like, Utopia is never in a spot.
No,
where
he's at a
engage.
disadvantage.
Like he's either in a he can just get away easily, or he can just engage and get the damage off needed.
Yeah, and just seeing how effective Lucian and Nami is in the environment, it's just amazing. Just as much as how Laughing Man is getting those knockups off from him. I mean, it's interesting that he's always getting a knockup off, and it's always nearly full charge. And going up against an Urgot, it's interesting to get him to low health because that shield is regeneratable.
Yes.
But it can.
Well, I think he's just waiting for that. Because when Urgot does shield...
Kindred's coming in from behind. Look at him
There
go.
we are going in, but unfortunately he did waste the flash. He might be able to get away. Yes.
No,
Ooh,
no,
Kindred
he gets him on the
it.
turret, just out of range. He does take one hit though.
Completely forgot about that. He I thought, no, he's safe. But...
Oh, who are you kidding? You had your head turned.
They can't see you, so they don't know.
Not yet, they can't. But we'll get the camera, we'll get the webcam going for the finals, so
Yeah,
everyone can see our nice mugs.
It was amazing, to be honest.
I was blown away by how quickly that turned around. He popped. He turned his target. Kindred turned his passive onto Urgot. Urgot took that as an immediate sign that Kindred is nearby. Begins to retreat. Pops the flash, but dies underneath toe. Like he could have gotten away.
Yeah.
But Kindred was just overcommitting, and it rewarded him. So I guess like sometimes overcommitting can reward you if you're still within a safe environment. In this case,
Going it on Graves, we should keep going because bot lane can just walk up and cut it off.
that is true. I mean, but so far they've been forced on the turret. They can't really walk away without sacrificing turret health, and that's not something you really want to do.
Well, I just have to point out, Kindred's passive is really like a bit of George,
that is absolutely true, but at the same time, it can be problematic. Oh, continuing on with this game. I mean, look how things are going. Just Sion is a little bit behind. Like, look at his CS. He's 39 to 45. But he gets forced overboard.
Yeah, well, I think it's understandable, especially against Urgot, considering he has range, and Urgot can easily, the sort of downside to Sion is, you just have to flip him. Oh, well, the bait push there, rising into big damage to the Nami, and Lucian getting the kill on Graves. Well played, but the bot lane is coming in, turning into 3v. Utopia wasting his flash while Kindred just easily queues over the wall.
It's Q over the wall. No,
Kindred.
Oh, Kindred. Sorry,
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about Lucian. Because I saw Lucian just flash over the wall. I'm like, no, he flashed. It's on cooldown. You can take a look at the screen. If you think I'm lying, the screen will tell you the truth. If I'm telling the truth, then the screen's lying.
Well, it's amazing. This is amazing. I just be able to sort of wander off the lane, just be able to go in the enemy jungle like that, and just sit in the bush to wait for Graves to come.
It's understandable why Kindred went in there too, because Gromp's got the debuff for Kindred to try and claim at the moment, and if Kindred claims those stacks, she's only going to get more disastrous, because after the first 4 stacks, she gets 75 extra range, and all of her abilities are buffed up somehow, and then every 3rd stack after that, it increases by 25, as well as she gets a further increase on her ability. So she's going to be a little
The mid might be. Oh, that Rise did not have that W. I reckon we would have seen and killed there. But look, under tower, Kindred and Sion going. Kindred does have ult though.
Perfectly.
No, there we are. Sion flipping, pulling in.
Oh, well done. Well, that was really effective. I thought Sion was going to die, but then Kindred continued right on the turret, took him out, saved Sion from death, and then popped her own ulti to save her from the turret and stayed there to kill all the way up, because she knew if she jumped out of that ulti after taking another turret hit, she would die.
I really didn't think Kindred would have got off. I thought, pop your up Kindred. I'm glad. I thought if I was playing Kindred, I would have popped it off straight away. Yep, straight away. We're going to get low. I wouldn't have thought that. But that was amazing play.
It was really. It was. I haven't seen anything like that before. Like, that was really effective strategy. But I also have to give credit to Jimmy. From sitting under that turret, he popped his shield when they went in on him. So as soon as someone got close to him, he popped his shield. So that's an extended amount of health that he gets to play with, and that's more health that he doesn't have to worry about, because he can just bring it back up later anyways. I mean, the bubble is regenerable.
Yeah, no, you're right, and already it's only a little bit, but we can already start to see close to a 2k gold lead. Yeah, it is early, so it won't really affect much, but champions getting those items early will definitely help it out. Kindred getting Well, I'm not sure what she'll be building, but when she gets the second item, she will pop off for sure.
Now we're looking at. Let's see how the rest of this goes out at the moment. I just had to turn off the betting so that way people can't try and cheat their way into getting 3 points or something.
Completely
like
forgot about the betting.
I completely forgot about it too, but I was happy I thought about it last second. Oh, look at that!
Akali going in. Oh, but Graves coming into the counter, but Akali just with the ult just being able to dash away.
An
Getting
effective
set
use of
up.
her ulti, whether it's to kill somebody or to get away, it's always going to be effective.
You gotta admit, you gotta love her old, her new ult now compared to her old on hit that. If she had an old ult, she would have died.
That is true. I mean, she could have dashed two Graves and maybe flashed away, but that's just as effective.
Yeah, well, the aggression just from when Akali has that W, just being able to just go in, poke that Rise knows nothing. It's just really amazing.
Oh, here we go. He's making more effective use of himself. As soon as he gets that buff from Nami, he just goes straight in and he uses him straight away. I like how he dashes in, gets the double passive off, as well as 2 extra stats from Nami.
It shows the communication of, like, obviously they've practiced a lot together. They obviously spent time and effort working hard.
Well, they were also on an OCS team together.
Oh.
And they played well. They played well together. They've done a lot of practicing together. They developed such a good friendship that they didn't even need to talk to each other. They could just look at each other or like read each other's gameplay or read each other's movements and understand exactly what's going on.
Yeah. Oh, Sion maybe getting caught out again by no. Sion knows what to do this time, just backs off. There's one thing I want to take note of, is the wards. At least pay attention. There's no wards on the blue side, yet to the red side. You see red wards in their own jungle, obviously trying to spot out the Kindred.
But we also see some blue wards in return, and that makes things even more. That makes things just as much interesting. Like they're both playing against each other almost. Well, so they're pretty much trying to play into each other. They're sort of mirroring each other's movements or strategies almost, but it's working. And so far, it's only working in favor of Anne because, well, they have 4 kills.
Well, I think definitely shutting down that Urgot before he gets the items, gets the easier, and just able to ult, drag, kill.
That is very true.
And we see first objective being taken uncontested by
They stuck it in from the side. They stuck it in. Just 4 of them out of nowhere.
Hunt getting caught out from no. Hunt gets away with the, I thought Rise was going to continue going in there. He dodged the Naomi ult.
It's interesting.
Oh, the
Kali
Cole going off. The TP coming in. Akali ulting with W. Rise popping his ult. Getting away, but Akali predicted that. Getting the kill. Will she get it on Rise? No. Backed off. Rise got her a bit too low, but Sion really wants the kill. Akali going in, popping that ult to save the Akali. What? Oh, Zaya with the wonderful stun there. Lucian going in, getting the Brom. Ooh, Sion just missing out. Oh, will.
Oh,
Zaya goes down to Akali. Unfortunately, Rise survives, killing the Sion there, but first tower does go down.
350 minutes. The turret finally goes down. It's very interesting. I like how much that turned, like how much in favor that was for Anne. Like there was so much. What's the word I'm looking for? There was so much like reaction, so much retreat, and they still got away.
Graves popping the ult there to steal that blue from him.
That's okay. Graves needs all he can get really. And now they're just going after the wards at the moment. Like just look at that. It's amazing, it's amazing how they're trying to get rid of all the wards possible because it only gets better from there really.
Yeah, it's obviously it's putting the fear on for sure.
That is so true. But I like how they're trying to keep warding at a minimum because it limits the vision and throughout the jungle and and there's more fog of war. And when there's more fog of war, you're more inclined to like sort of be more cautious.
I know we talked about this before, but if we just quickly pay attention to the different wards placed down by supports, we see 23 by Hunt and only 11 by Baron. We don't. The difference is already at 12. So that's pretty high up there. And if this continues on, it's support warding is a main job, one of the main functions in the game to help the team out.
That is true, but as well, since Nami claimed first blood, that gave her that slight advantage. So it allowed her to finish her support item a little bit faster, as well as claim more gold quickly.
You're right, so far, unfortunately, we have a 0-2 Zaya along with his Graves and Urgot. Two that with only Rise as a positive score with one kill at the moment.
Yeah, it's interesting how he's really how he's holding himself quite well compared to, how everything else is going. Oh, let me get the bubble has landed.
I think we're going to see an unstoppable Nami here with the bubble, but one thing which I think we should mention is how the bot lane and top lane have swapped lanes. Bot lane now trying to... Ooh, Nami with the ult going in the Urgot and break the bubble getting them. Oh, keeps going in. Ooh, they get the Urgot. No, Urgot flashes away for safety. This Nami, I tell you right now.
If this was a drinking, if this was a drinking game for every time she landed a bubble on an enemy, 2 drinks for every single champion she lands with a bubble. If that's 2 and 1, that's 2 drinks. He would be drunk on the floor right now. Hunt is really on point with himself today, and it looks like he is putting in his A game. That was interesting.
Thanks to that, got a second tower on them, and look, taking risk under the 3. No wards there by GT got. I'm just going to throw that shit abbreviated for my
GOTG. Better than a game. I feel like it should be like an advert or something.
Making our own
like
branding
EA Sports. Then a game. But back on track here. It's interesting that the tides have quickly turned. The gap is, we're seeing the gap. It's accumulated. It's slowly getting bigger.
Yes.
It's only it's just under 5,000 gold difference, but it's only going to increase from here because of how effective they're playing together.
If we have a look at the champion gold, there we are.
Eventually we'll get it right.
There we are. We can see Lucian with a 2k gold lead over, or roughly 2k. I'm not going to be precise about it. But it's interesting to see how close Urgot is actually keeping up with Sion, considering the deaths. So I think that's pretty keen to see. Like, it's still 2k gold, but the fact that he's died twice in lane is able to sort of close it. Oh, actually even it out just there.
It is a little bit more even, but I also like how Urgot, even though he's behind, he's died twice, he's making up for it in CS.
Yes.
So, he's still keeping that gold accumulation, he's going to get those items. What's going to go happen here? I'm not sure what's going on.
Akali is actually not going to try to get put out with... Ooh! This Zoni is saving Akali from Urgot, but no. Fortunately, it wears off and not getting a kill there.
It looked like it was going to be further right there, just that the target, highlighted on top of her.
Yeah.
Popping that Zonia's with Kindred's ulti also on top of it. I'm not sure whether that actually prevents Urgot from being able to claim the kill or not. It's a little uncertain.
Yeah, definitely. Now we see a bot lane mid with 3 members from GOTG mid, and Urgot getting a free lane top. So this could be them getting a tower for revenge.
I feel like you're speaking a little too soon. Akali is making her way top. Urgot is pushing lanes, but he's not pushing all the way to the turret. Like, he's not going to the turret himself. They unleash the Riphold mid. They've already taken the top. They've taken the bot. Now the mid lane is in their sights. And with Peril taking 50% of its overall health down, and whoa, that was a lot more than I expected.
Yeah, it always looks like that.
Glacial Fissure comes around, followed by Sion coming in from the side to knock him up.
Braum blocking most of the toll with his shield. There we are. Ooh, Lucian getting slowed. Graves jumping on him, but sort of really backs off. Rise popping the ult, but where are they going?
I think they were trying to chase after Lucian, considering, where they're
there they
repositioned.
Lucian there. Oh, Rise getting him, but
no,
unfortunately he's getting collapsed on. There we are. Zai trying to go in to help, but no. Kindred was pulling off the damage from jumping in, trying to be the shield they need, but he's a bit too low, unfortunately. There, Urgot being the killing machine, trying to get up to Sion. Nope. Stunning him, knocking him up to Kindred to get Nami. Saving himself. Nami with the... Oh! Just missing the ult, but then unfortunately the kill goes to Akali. Graves couldn't do much there.
His first death of the game, and must I add, quite a bounty he accumulated for himself. That is 4 kills that he accumulated for that bounty. I think that's like 700 gold,
yeah.
Of the sort. Not, that's still a lot. But I have to point out, and I really love what I saw. Sion with his Q, being able to knock people up, being able to almost fully highlight his Q and getting knockups, preventing them from moving and allowing his teammates to actually close the gap on him. Like we saw with Kindred, she kept going after Sion, and when he was knocked up, he kept going after Urgot, and when Urgot got knocked up, he was stopped in his tracks. She went in and ended him. Like, it's amazing how connected Anne is at the moment. Like,
Yeah.
they're really close together. I'm like,
Yeah, well-oiled machine.
yeah, like, I have to say, when I say connected, I mean, they're always able to get very close to each other. I mean, before we saw Rise teleport his entire team into the enemy jungle, but he was the only person that went into the river.
Yes.
So he was disconnected from his team because his team can't help him.
Then it seemed, okay, there's one guy, one who's trying to get in, and there's good
Lambs
movement
to
there.
the slaughter.
Yeah. There we are now. It's going to be interesting to see how this game went up. Because also, during Anne got a free Infernal Drake for once instead of just getting constant Cloud. Although Cloud was the first.
Cloud
one.
was the first dragon of the game, and it
We-
was claimed by GOTG.
We are getting some interesting stuff.
I'm happy we're finally getting something a little bit more interesting than just a plain Ocean and Cloud Drake. I mean, we need something new. We need something different, something that'll give a little bit more, spice to the atmosphere. Everyone likes a little bit of spicy food.
Oh, it's spicy.
Yep.
There we are. It is looking good though. Just taking a quick look around, warding-wise, Anne is really taking the dominance with, I believe, only 2 wards placed by GOTG. Got to be precise.
Yeah, but look at Hunt's score.
Yeah.
He's at 49 vision score now. That's impressive, especially at 20 minutes. That's like you can pretty much see like where 2 champions are a minute, and it's only going to get worse from there, really.
I can only see it going on up, and that's the game will be called soon. But I don't want to say anything else.
I feel like the way they're playing at the moment, it could mean
Yes.
very early game. This could mean a pre-30-minute game, and I don't think we've seen that so far today.
No, but it's going to be interesting to see how they play around or how GOTG tries to bring this back. But there they are, going in on the Nami, trying to get rid of the Hunt once and for all, and yes, they do. I believe that's the Graves. Oh, Kindred collapsing on the Urgot again, along with the Akali. I feel a bit bad for that Urgot. Kindred's picking on him a lot.
I feel really bad for Urgot. I mean, he's doing so well to compensate with getting CS, but he gets picked, yeah, as you said, he gets picked on by too much. Kindred is going in and claiming a lot of kills on him. It could be, it's understandable. I mean, if she could, repeatedly put the stacks on him or her marks on the top half of their jungle, it only makes sense to put her off with, because he is an easy target. He doesn't exactly have a lot of escapes, and since Kindred has an ulti that negates Urgot from executing somebody, it's only really adding up. It's like the pros for Anne are just beginning to add up a little bit.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I believe that is their 5th turret they've claimed already. This is looking very grim for GOTG. There's almost a 10,000 gold difference between the two.
They only have 3 kills in the whole game.
Two of them go to Graves. Actually, I think I'll just summarize this. Rise and Graves are the only one that have actually gotten any takedown so far,
Yes.
and it's not really looking very good. Like, I'm not really sure what to say at the moment. I'm trying to remain neutral in the whole situation, but I feel like Anne aren't exactly giving me much of an option here.
I would love to say it, that they could come around, but right now, Urgot is tanky, yes, but he can't really do anything. Thanks to Kindred and Zonia's by Akali, the only person he can't really take out anyone, because all Kindred has to do is pop that up to save a team, or if he tries to go for Akali, he's safe.
That is true. That is true.
They've just really cut off Urgot from doing anything except going in with his E and W.
Not just his E, he has Righteous Glory, so that could help him, because he gets that, he can close the gap in on somebody very quickly once he activates it. And then after that, that's when everything else comes into play, like his E, his W, his Q, to keep them slowed within inside his range. And then he could just execute them with his ult.
I'm going to say Caster 101, pay attention to the items as well.
Wait, casting 10. I didn't know there was a casting book on this. I'm just making it up as I go along.
You're not supposed to tell them that.
Oh. Hi.
There we go, continuing on. Just the pushing by Sion, just sort of minding his own business. Like, Sion is, I wouldn't say,
He's just cutting wood. Just look at him.
do what he...
He's cutting wood, but instead of, replacing wood with enemy turrets, that axe is built for cutting turrets now. He's no longer going forward. He's going for turrets.
I definitely, I don't want to say anything too soon, but I feel like we definitely might see a Baron soon. All the ward control is by Anne on the Baron. GTOG doesn't really have it, so it would just be an easy take. Although, but yeah, Graves is really being pulled across by Sion, and no one's really helping. But there we go, collapse from the Akali, but Akali is really, there we go, dash over. They now realise that Baron is happening, but Graves is off, so they can't really steal it that well. Nami with the ult.
Oh!
Almost getting
Flash
caught out.
from Lunny.
No, great zonias by Kali, dodging the Urgot ult, but Sion knocking up Urgot, going in, popping out ult,
Oh, there we
taking
go.
out Sion, but no, Utopia getting Urgot and the Brom. The Dream Penta. There we are, Urgot going in. Oh, Kindred getting that.
Kindred
kill.
shuts down that
Rip the
Penta,
Penta.
just taking a free kill. I just can't. I just have to say this. I love the effective use of flashes right there,
Yeah.
and only use their flash to disengage. Otherwise, it was just pretty much they were going all in. Whereas on the other hand, Rise used his flash to get into the fight.
Yeah.
And it didn't work well for him because, well, you know, he died in that fight.
I just have to say, Akali must have like some ninja senses there, just being able to predict that Urgot ult and just be like, Sonias.
Oh, he's been challenging for quite a long time, so I mean, he is the one with the challenger jacket too, which makes a lot of, which could, you know, explain quite a lot.
Oh, challenger jacket.
It's not really that much.
Oh, it's so bad.
That's okay. One day in your dream. I like how so far they've reset everything. They haven't gone for any major objectives, but they're setting themselves up. They're trying to get rid of all wards that they are aware of, and try and, you know, sort of like give themselves a bit more vision. Like that's understandable. And you know, so far Anne are doing so well. They're above 10,000 gold now. The gap is increasing even further. They have 5 turrets. They've got 13 kills on top of. And it's just going to get bigger. The gap is just going to get bigger.
Gonna change my words this time, but the baiting push is there with the Sion starter and Nami. Oh, and the Nami buff Nami again. Just, I was just gone in a second.
Halfway, as soon as Braum got to the peak of that bubble, it's like a ticking time bomb. As soon as you hit the top, you explode.
And there we are. Not really anything to test there. Also, how is Brave, Urgot, and Rise, but Urgot is coordinated at the moment. He does have 2 healers, but
I don't think he should be using
No.
it in top lane. Oh, sorry, towards Baron. I mean, he will only just give them another kill, so it makes sense that he'll try and get a turret just to give his team a bit more leg room to move around.
Give him some gold as well.
Yeah, especially the gold. Like gold is really nice.
Well, there we are. Countering, like, it's not as, it's Baron, you can't really compare Baron and the Cloud trait, but still, getting a dragon after they got such a major objective and tower is definitely something they can call a win, in a sense.
It makes a lot of, it does actually, like, it's a permanent buff that you claim. After that, it's whatever. I mean, Baron buff, you have that for, like, what, 2.5 minutes?
Yes.
And then after that, it's pretty much gone, and you have to wait for the next Baron to come back. And if you don't make any use of it, it's essentially a wasted buff. But the pro of that is that the enemy team won't be able to get it either for the next 5 or so minutes.
Definitely right, but it's definitely interesting how I have to commend GTOG, how they're just hanging on. Like, I feel like Anne could just really push and end this with how they're going, but
And one day you'll get there, it's GOTG.
The
It's funny
rage
to catch you
happening.
out on some of this stuff. It's just like GTOTG. Okay, one day you'll get there.
Wait,
Just remember it like a rhythm. GTOG. It's like an advert.
there we are, collapsing onto Sion, but Sion ults away. Nami chucks the ult in for the save, almost getting the tower, but there we are. They all 5 went for the Sion and Nami, but they gave up an inhibitor tower for that, which unfortunately is not what we wanted to see. Especially in this situation, Lucian posting the counter, taking some himself. Oh, almost getting pulled out. Pulling that kill a bit early.
look at the amount of poke we're seeing. Just that is a lot of damage. And
Lucian, there we are, jumping it into the ult, but not being able to get it.
Oh!
Sion with it.
I think that was a 4-man knockup
Yeah,
right
it was
there.
a 4-man knock. Lucian and Kindred guys all capitalised on that, taking it. Kindred getting the 8. No, Zaya's still alive, but I don't think she can do much. There we are, looking at the end of game 1, going to Anne with really a dominance throughout their entire game.
No, that was game number 1, a very clean and easy game. Pre 30 minutes too. Well, that's quickly done, out of the way.